Our new Boston.com correspondent, Jessica Rudis, had a chance to talk with Superintendent Peter Azar about H1N1 along with some other key school issues. Welcome to the family, Jessica.
Thanks, Carlos. In spite of all the budgetary debate in June, Dr. Azar managed to make it through his first term as superintendent relatively unscathed. I talked to him earlier this week about what he learned and what he sees as the biggest challenges for the new school year. Last year, you were lucky to have the budget you presented accepted by the city. What did you learn in this process?
First is I think that the process is a little bit later in the year than I'm typically used to. As a result of that, I think the end of the year becomes a little bit more tense in that people want to make sure they pass the budget by the deadline of July 1st. The budget will clearly be another challenge, as we're not looking at more money coming in through the usual revenue sources. We're looking at the potential for less.
Are you looking at any areas that can be cut back this year in the event of additional budget shortfalls next year?
Nothing particular right now. There's always conversation, not so much in Waltham, but there's always conversation about fees. I think that fees is something that this district is not interested in entertaining at this point. Because they feel there's such a diverse population, and that fees would create an unfair advantage for some and eliminate some kids, and this district is committed to not doing that.
Should teachers be worried about their jobs as the school year unfolds?
We were very fortunate in Waltham in that the teachers that we did not invite to come back were because of programs that were eliminated, in the case of probably about 4 or 5 teachers. And other teachers who we chose to not invite back, as well as some teachers who chose not to come back.
Tell me about redistricting.
We have 8 new schools that were constructed in a period of 9 years. That's a project that's unprecedented in the state. What we now have to do is take a look at the lines that exist of the neighborhoods serviced by each of those schools, and especially the 6 elementary schools, and say, how can we best redraw those lines to utilize the schools so that we don't have one school that's bursting at the seams while a school relatively nearby has vacant classrooms. And that's the major issue about redistricting.
If the H1N1 impact is severe, will schools in Waltham be closed?
The policies that have been advocated for both at the state and federal level have moved away from closing schools. The other thing is we tell parents to keep children home when they have flu-like symptoms, and if they have flu-like symptoms, to stay home. Waltham has also been very fortunate in that we, prior to this whole outbreak, had installed antibacterial dispensers, lotion dispensers, in all of the bathrooms in the district.
What do you know about the H1N1 vaccine?
They're working to try and get that out a little sooner than they had planned. They were planning to get that out in October. First dates that you heard were late October. Now they're hoping for middle October. As soon as it's available, basically what we would be looking at is we would be looking at following local protocol. There's programs that are being discussed right now that would subsidize the cost of any vaccine that was available. And there's some talk right now about ways in which we could use our own resources to keep those costs down. Nothing yet at the city level, but at the state and federal level.
Thanks, Jessica, and welcome to Waltham Newswatch.
It's great to be here.
Great. You can find other news from Boston.com's Your Town website for Waltham at boston.com/Waltham. We'll be right back.